This is New Media TV in London.
This is New Media TV in London. Live stream with confidence. On this channel, we tell stories through digital content in areas of politics, bad leadership, and governance throughout Africa and the rest of the world. Your feedback and experience is very important to us. It helps us build a more robust community now than ever. If this is your first time on our channels, please don't forget to smash the like button and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Let's get started.
This is New Media TV in London.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. I know for a fact that a handful of you are not expecting me to come live. Yes. In the last few couple of weeks, I've been trying my very, very best possible to juggle in between how I can actually get the very best of the streams to you. I've been away completely from the social media, as some of you can appreciate. I've been off from the social media for a while, and there's a reason for that. The book Nigeria, the Mysterious Code, has taken my time. It is not easy. Let me welcome you to this night's special podcast. It's going to be ruthless. A lot's been happening. A lot's been going on. I predicted this a long time ago. Before we get to the nitty-gritty of what I have to talk to you today, let me make it known, and let's look at what we have in store today. Today's date is Friday, the 4th day of July 2025, as you can see, and the time currently in London is 21:28, precisely as you can see on your screen. I'm your host, the most terrible, the most notorious, same man, Frank Bello. See, the Yoruba people, a proverb in the Yoruba language states that ilé ladìyẹ kò tí kí níyì, tí adìyẹ tó bá jáde síta àgbáyé. I am nobody to many of you, but I thank the spiritual source of all creation that I am someone in his eyes, not in your eyes. I don't want to be anyone in your eyes, but that supernatural being who molded me. I believed he molded me specially for a purpose, and I am happy, extremely happy today that many of the things and many of those stuffs I've chunked out to you are coming to pass. They're coming to pass. They're coming to pass. If I am nobody to any of you, I am somebody to somebody else who is far more greater and superior. And that's exactly what matters. Because I repeat, I don't belong to you and to your own world. Simple. Take it or you leave it. I don't belong to you, and I don't belong to your world. I came from a different world. See, I knew the problems. Nigeria is facing. I knew. And part of the problems, we can't solve them today, but they are all contained in Nigeria, the mysterious 369 code. Yes. Make no mistakes. I don't belong to your world. I came from a different world. But I wanted to make this world, this plane of existence, a better place. I remembered very, very well. I am not liked. Listen, I am not liked. And I don't want anyone to like me because I'm just on a lone journey this world. I don't want you to like me. Please don't like me. I remembered when I was a child, I used to argue and I used to say to people, I fell from heaven to earth. I fell from heaven to earth. I'm happy because what life has resigned to me, I've taken it. We're going to talk about Nigeria. And I've been talking about this same nasty piece of a contraption for a very, very long time. A long, long time. I've lost my business. I lost a family I built up in the process because I was trying to make your world a better place. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. Trust me, it doesn't bother me. But I'll never stop in telling you the truth and the facts. Sometimes I just want to be alone on my own, and I don't want anybody around me. I just want to be on my own. That is how crazy I am. I am better off being alone than to have people around me. You see, where there is knowledge and information, black people will never go to such places, and that's why the white man is stronger than you, and they are much more smarter than you, because the white man strongly believes that put every secret in a book and a black man will never find out where those secrets are. We want to talk ruthlessly with ourselves today. I've been busy. Yes, I have been busy. Putting my book into shape. I wanted to come live yesterday, but some of the materials that I have to put in front of your screens needed to be made up specifically for the stream. So yesterday I had to petition my writing for making up this material. Let me tell you something. We're going to talk about Nigeria. I've been posting few video clips for you to take on board. Whether some of you've seen those video clips is up to you. I'm not going to beg you to come to my channel and onto my feeds to check them out, because some of you prefer to be in the platforms whereby they talk about sex, they talk about rubbish things. Fine, not that I don't listen to them, but sometimes I do, and sometimes I'll just pium 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 do like that. But where the real knowledge is, you don't go there. That's your problem, and that's why many of you are what? Non-entities. Okay. Today, I'm not sure how many of you are here. Shonoguns, good evening. I can spot you. Perhaps if you want to share this on your timeline, please do. If you want to share it, please do. Moalori live stream. All right. If you want to share it, please do. Do. You see, today's date is Friday, the 4th day of July 2025. And you can see the time, 21:43 in London. What is about to happen, unveiled in your korokoro eyes? I saw it. I saw this. I am not a prophet, I am not a pastor, but take it or you leave it. I've got the gift of prophecy, and I can look into your eyes and I can tell you to your face if you are lying or not. You see, yes, Shonogun, long time. Thanks for tuning in. You see, the days I used to, Shonoguns, the days I used to give away money to people. You see, people will come in, and I remember the very day I burnt the Nigerian passport on fire. Wow. Yeah. It went viral. But things that were meant to go viral, Nigerians will never make it go viral. That is the problem. They will never make it go viral. there's more to life. Nigerians liked to be deceived. They loved to be deceived. Nigerians loved people that will tell them lies. And I'll just do like this and I'll watch every one of them. When I said Nigerians are stupid, I knew exactly what I was talking about. Nigerians are stupid with the exception of few. And I'm going to show you this night. You see, based on what I've been telling a handful of you, and many never saw today, but I saw it. Let's dive into 2027. I want to talk about 2027, and I gave you my own permutations a long time ago. Let us start with political coalitions in Nigeria. Political coalitions in Nigeria. What is it? I said it is the history of unfulfilled promises. But before we dive into the topic of our discussion, let's take a quick look at what the word coalition means from a strategic and logical point of view. Before we explore our topic, let's briefly examine what the word coalition means from a strategic, underscore the word strategic, and logical perspective. A coalition is a temporary alliance formed for joint action, especially among political parties involved in a government. As such, a coalition is a concept. Make no mistakes. There are other words related to the idea of a coalition, and I want you to please take note of those words. These words include 1. Alliance, 2. Union, 3. Partnership, 4. Affiliation, 5. Block, 6. Caucus, 7. League, 8. Association, 9. Syndicate, 10. Alignment, 11. Amalgamation on the word, 12. Merger, 13. Combination, 14. Consortium, and finally 15. Fusion. We'd like to explore the definition of a coalition in more detail to gain a clearer understanding. What is a coalition? A coalition is formed when two or more individuals or groups temporarily come together to achieve a common goal. Did you get that? A coalition is formed when two or more individuals or groups temporarily come together to achieve a common goal. Picture exactly what is happening within your political space at the moment. A coalition is formed when two or more individuals or groups temporarily come together to achieve a common goal. Now, don't forget, the other words related to the idea of a coalition, those words, like I said, include: number one, alliance; number two, union; number three, partnership; number four, affiliation; number five, a block; number six, caucus; seven, league; 8, association; 9, syndicate; 10, alignment; 11, amalgamation; 12, merger; 13, the combination of blood sucking parasites; 14, consortium; and finally, the fusion of hopeless, nasty, ridiculous people coming together. Fusion. So a coalition is formed when two or more individuals or groups temporarily come together to achieve a common goal. You see, in the Yoruba language, the word in Yoruba language, the word coalition can be translated as Ishokan. Another word that can be used is Ashekbo, which also implies a coming together or joining of forces. Now, because I'm going deep into my roots as a Yoruba man, let us now examine these two words side by side to get a clearer picture. Ishokan in Yoruba language is the direct translation of coalition, and it emphasizes the idea of unity or togetherness. It emphasizes the idea of unity or togetherness. Ashekpo or Ajosekpo. Let me break this down. Ashekpo or Ajosekpo suggests a joining or forming a connection which aligns with the concept of coalition. So Ashekpo and Ajosekpo is in line with coalition. But when we look at history, see, history provides valuable insights, enabling nations to steer the future by learning from past experiences. It is deeply embedded in the cultural ethos of a people, shaping their political behavior and decision making. And by now, I want you to begin to picture why history was eradicated from the school curriculum in Nigeria. Picture that. These leaders knew too well that history would never judge them well for generations yet unborn. Definitely. Nigeria will turn 65 on October 1st, 2025. However, over the past 80 years, the Nigerian political landscape has seen numerous efforts at coalition building, often motivated by a desire to consolidate power and then challenge dominant parties. History consistently shows that these coalitions do not succeed in Nigeria. Let us begin with the early political coalitions in Nigeria's history, if we may. Should we? Let's go there. You see, in the 1950s, two leading parties, the Northern People's Congress, the NPC, and the National Convention of the Nigerian Citizens, NCNC, tried to form a coalition after the 1959 elections, as no single party gained enough seats to govern. At the time, that was a hung parliament. Initially, the NPC and the NCNC sought to collaborate, but ideological differences led to their eventual split years before. What then happened? The NCNC then formed alliances with parties such as the Action Group, the AG, the Northern Elements Progressive Union, NEPO, and the United Middle Belt Congress, leading to the creation of the United Progressives Grand Alliance, UPGA, at the time. Conversely, the action of the faction of the Action Group, led by Chief Ladoke Akintola, allied with the Northern People's Congress, NPC, to form the Nigerian National Alliance, NNA. Now, this is well detailed in my book, Nigeria, the mysterious 369 code. The 1964 general election was mainly contested between these two coalitions, with the Nigerian National Alliance (NNA) emerging as the winner. And by 1983, Nigeria had four major political parties: the National Party of Nigeria (NPN), the Unity Party of Nigeria, the UPN, the Nigerian People's Party (NPP), the Great Nigeria People's Party (GNPP), and the People's Redemption Party (PRP). But as the NPN grew into a formidable political force similar to the PDP in 1999 until 2015, opposition parties attempted to unite against it. In 1983, the UPN, the NPP, and the PRP formed the Progressive People's Alliance (PPA). But internal discord led to the GNPP's withdrawal, significantly weakening the coalition. So, the result was a crushing defeat in the 1983 general elections, with the NPN securing a landslide victory, winning the presidency, a majority in the National Assembly, and over half of the government or the governorship seats across the whole country. Project 2027 Rhapsody seems to be going in the same direction. Failed attempts in the Fourth Republic. Let's look at the failed attempts in the Fourth Republic. You see, the trend of unsuccessful coalitions continued in Nigeria's Fourth Republic as well. In 1999, the Alliance for Democracy, the AD, and the All People's Party, APP, attempted to counter the dominance of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, in the presidential election. But what happened? They were soundly defeated. And similarly, leading up to the 2011 elections, the emerging Congress for the Progressive Change, CPC, under Muhammadu Buhari, and the Action Congress of Nigeria, ACN, under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, sought to merge. Yet, negotiations collapsed before the coalition could take shape. Let me take you through coalition as a persistent pattern in the Nigerian politics. Yeah, coalition as a consistent pattern in the Nigerian politics. You see, across different political histories, Nigerian coalitions have consistently failed to achieve their objectives, and this raises the question: is coalition building fundamentally incompatible with Nigeria's political culture? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. In 2027, proponents of coalitions in a decapitated Nigeria argued that they offered the best chance of unseating Bola Tinubu's ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) in 2027. However, history suggests that forming a successful alliance requires more than just shared opposition. It demands unity. It demands strategic compromise and a long-term cohesion. But the question is, will the current push for coalition politics break this historical cycle, or will it simply reaffirm past failures? Only time will tell. Fast forward. This year that we are in, 2025, is the season of coalitions, alignments, and realignments of political forces ahead of the magical 2027, which may make or break the political and economic fortunes of politicians. It can make or break their supporters, it can make or break their handlers, or it can make and break the regions. But let's go back. Let's rewind. Coalitions or crossing of political carpets are not precisely new to Nigeria. And if we should go back memory lane, in January 1952, some politicians presumed to be members of the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, the NCNC, joined forces with those of the Ibadan People's Party and other independents to form the action group led by Chief Obafemi Awolowo as Western Nigeria's leader of government business. Yes, that was so. It was so. Nnamdi Azikiwe, leader of the NCNC, left for Eastern Nigeria in 1953 and arranged for someone to step down so that he could contest a by-election to the Eastern Nigeria House of Assembly. Yes, that was equally so. It can never be contested. But, as expected, Azikiwe won and managed to persuade Eyo Ita to yield the office of leader of government of business to him. Eyo Ita happened to be a Calabar man. Now, ahead of the 1965 general elections, the Northern People's Congress, the NPC, and the Nigerian National Democratic Party formed the Nigerian National Alliance against the United Progressives Grand Alliance of the Action Group, the AG, and the NCNC. I want you to see this because it's a battle between the North, Southeast, and the Southwest. But I want you to please watch this and listen to this very carefully. And I want you to please note this. Recall that David Cameron, the former British Prime Minister, led the coalition of government of the Conservative Party and the Liberal Democrats in the United Kingdom's 2012 hung parliamentary elections. We knew exactly what happened with that coalition. In Nigeria, politicians of northern extraction who claimed to have ceded power and the presidency to the South in 2023 began clamoring for the same power to return to their region within a mere 2 years of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's inauguration. Is that not stupid? Is that not stupid? This, make no mistakes, has always been the case in Nigeria. Moments when Southerners assumed power, the North was never comfortable as they were consumed by the power. Yeah. They were always consumed by the power. Let me give you instances. The same pattern was observed in 1979, in 1983, in 2003, in 2007, and in 2011. But unfortunately, some southern mercenary politicians who profit by playing all games on all sides are now joining forces with the North in 2025 to oust their fellow Southerner, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in 2027. Do you think this will happen in the North? No. this will never happen if the North is in power. I still hold my grounds on the fake, dodgy latex Muhammadu Buhari. However, many southern Nigerian politicians eager to retain their presidency in 2027 are gathering to send signals about their intentions to the northern political establishments that initiated the coalition idea, which is reminiscent of the watershed formation of the All Progressives Congress APC in 2013. Yes, I'm Wike, a notorious member of the People's Democratic Party, who is now a minister of the Federal Capital Territory FCT in Abuja under the current APC government, in his capacity as a core protagonist of the lobby to retain the presidency in southern Nigeria, mocks what he describes as coalitions that were born and died the same day. Hey, hey. Yes, I'm weak. Yes, I'm weak. Yes, I'm weak. Yes, I'm weak. Also, President Tinubu cruelly taunted members of the opposition political parties who complained that his ruling APC was enticing their members with a most caustic jibe. It is indeed a pleasure to witness all of you in such disarray. I enjoyed it, seeing many of you guys fighting, cutting your throats. The political jibe cut both ways anyway, but I am having fun. Firstly, it may be a celebration of the APC's winning touch. I'm not campaigning for the APC, and I tend not to campaign for them anyway. Secondly, it may also serve as a motivation for the opposition to regroup and contest the political space vigorously, with the APC ahead of the 2027 elections. Oh yes. Oh yes. Those in the APC ruling party who fault opposition party members who are forming a coalition with the hope of wresting political power from President Tinubu in 2027 may not know that Section 84, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act allows any two or more registered political parties to merge. Section 84, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act allows any two or more registered political parties to merge. Is ADC merging with APC is the question. So neither the ruling party nor the opposition parties can fault each other, as both pursue their interests through the political deception that is deeply rooted in the game of winning more votes. Simple. They want to win more votes. Neither of them can question the motive of the other, as long as neither takes the path of revolution or violence of any kind. Yes, neither of them can question the motive of the other, as long as neither of them takes the path of revolution or violence of any kind. The APC, which is harvesting members from the other political parties, has not broken any laws. They've not broken any laws, nor are those forming coalition to wrestle power from it ahead of 2027. They've not broken any law. You see, but the fault lies in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Electoral Act, which do not require politicians and their political parties to have an ideology or even a manifesto. No, sir. No. No. The best attempt at recommending an ideology for Nigerian politicians is Section 224 of the Constitution of Nigeria, which provides that the program as well as the aims and objectives of a political party shall conform with the provisions of Chapter 2 of the 1999 Constitution. You see, since 99.9% of Nigerians don't read and are unaware of their rights, many may not be aware of this clause in the 1999 Constitution. Unfortunately, Section 9, subsection 6C of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria provides that the judicial powers vested in this Constitution shall not extend to any issue or question as to whether any act conforms with the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy set out in Chapter 2 of the Constitution. So, in other words, you as the citizens of Nigeria cannot compel the government to abide by the provisions of Chapter 2. Section 65, sections 65, subsection 2B, section 106D, 131D, and 177C do not help you guys either. They merely require anyone who aspires to run for election into any of the legislative houses at the federal or sub-national level, the offices of the president, governors, and their deputies, to be a member of a political party to be sponsored by that political party. You are all doomed. You are doomed. You're messed up. Therefore, those politicians who haul accusations and counter accusations of playing bad politics against each other are merely engaging in what? In the political game of breaking point, the art of practice of pursuing a dangerous policy to the limits of safety before stopping. In a climate where ethics and stated ideology are absent, your politicians, they don't have ideology, and ethics and ideology is completely absent from their norms and their books. Now, those who leave the ruling APC may have been excluded from the share of a position requiring little or no work but giving the holder status or financial benefit, or what are your Fayoshe called infrastructure gains, while those joining the APC from the opposition parties may be doing so because of promises of some benefits, resulting in a zero sum game where what they lose is what others gain. This is Nigerian politics. And any citizens who gets carried away by either side is demonstrating their level of ignorance or gullibility. I was watching a show last night. I'm not going to mention that guy because he's like a child to me. And I'm coming up to expose a lot more. But the rule of the Nigerian democracy is that there are no rules of the game. No rules for the game in the Nigerian democracy. Make no mistakes. For now, each player runs according to his perceived options. No rules. A wise man admonishes that citizens in a democratic realm must never fall in love with politicians. Don't fall in love with politicians. They are blood-sucking parasites. Don't fall in love with politicians whose soul is winning the next election. That's what they care about. To gain political power and control at all cost, even if it is to the detriment of the electorate. Yeah. Nigeria ahead of 2027. We're now beginning to see the gathering of those political criminals. Yes. And I want you to listen to the late Dr. Miles Monroe. What he said before his death, his tragic death in a plane crash. Yes. I want you to listen to him. I am going to bring in that video of Dr. Miles Monroe so that you can see. Let me see if I can quickly just get it in for you. Yeah, new live streaming. Let me check where it is here. Live stream video queue. Yeah, it should be here. I wanted to please listen to Dr. Miles Moreau. I got it here. Listen to that.
Don't ever believe that a politician is a leader. Don't ever believe that. Because the system that we have produces politicians. It doesn't produce leaders. And so you can have a politician who knows nothing about leadership and he's leading you. Politicians are concerned about the next election. That's all they're interested in. That's why they cannot be leaders. But leaders are different. Leaders are concerned about the next generation. I want you to compare those two thoughts the next time you have a politician come to your house wanting to vie for your vote. Just ask him, what is your vision for my children? I will sit and listen for 20 minutes. You will tell me what it is. He will leave your house. Because he has no interest in your children's children. His concern is to stay in power, to keep the position, to win the next election. This is why they cannot lead. When you are going to have a conversation with a politician, you should actually try this as a test. By the way, as a citizen of the community, you have a right to be seen as a mayor. Hope you know that. You voted for a mayor. The mayor works for you. Therefore, you have a right to see him. You can make an appointment to see any public officer you voted for. Did you know that? That's your legal right. If you don't want to see him, you can take him to court. That's democracy. So I want you to make an appointment to go and see your mayor or go and see your governor and just sit and say, I want 30 minutes with you, sir. And ask him about that list right there. And sir, what is your purpose for being in leadership in this city? What is your purpose? The first question will make him very nervous. Second question, what is your passion for our community? He'll be wondering what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I just want to build roads and bridges and provide jobs. No. What is your passion? And this is why we need to question the leaders we have. And so I have a little thought here. I call it politics versus leadership. Let's talk about it for a second. Number one, politicians focus on programs, not vision. Number two, politicians' priority is securing the next election.
Yes, securing the next election.
Number three, politicians are preoccupied with promises, not purpose. What we need is statesmen. Statesmen. We don't need more politicians. A statesman is an interesting human. A statesman think of the next generation.
Guys, That is a classic example of what we've been talking about. Yes, politicians are concerned with the next elections. They're not interested in you. They're the least of their problems, but they will use you. You know what, guys? Tomorrow is Saturday. See, if I talk about Ukwati Ubo, people will rush here. If I talk about other things that will entice a lot of people into difficult relationship, and people will troop in. If I demand money, but I give money. When I used to give money, people will troop in because they want a share of the money. And since I stopped and I said, let's see how they will react, nobody is interested. So nobody wants knowledge. I don't care whether you are interested in knowledge or you are not interested in knowledge. No. Those that are interested in knowledge, I know. And when the time comes, when they should be compensated, heaven knows they will. I'm telling you. And then you will see the platform flogged with viewers. Guys, you know what's gonna happen? I've got too much already in stock for you, but because we've been live in the last 1 hour 20 minutes, let's make it a very brief encounter. In the next episode on Sunday, we're going to take this a step further, and I'm going to tell you a lot more about David Mark and the new coalition. What you don't know, I'm going to tell you all their secrets. That same David Mark, I will tell you his secret, and I'm going to tell you what I have never written or put in any publication before, with my encounter with Ibrahim Babangida, because I'm ready to speak and everything is contained right inside Nigeria, the mysterious 369 code. I'm not bloody fucking scared about David Mark. Who the hell is David Mark? The same David Mark, there's a lot more you have to learn. I knew this. And I'll tell you some of the things. The thing where my eye see, I go talk. The thing where my eye see inside the hilltop in Mina, I go talk. If Babangida can't talk, I will talk. That is why everything is contained inside Nigeria, the mysterious 369 code. I don't give a damn. Do I really care about Ibrahim Babangida himself? No, because the man can go at any time. Let's call a spade a spade. Guys, join me on Sunday. I'm going to tell you a lot more of what you don't know based on Nigeria, the 369 mysterious code. I've got other video clips lined up for you. There was one in 2019, 6 years ago. Maybe on Sunday we will review everything together. So until that time, guys, please share this stream. Some people might be interested in loving to see this, and I indulge you to do that. And until Sunday, I look forward to seeing you. Thank you, Ajani, Benson, Sean Oguns. Thank you. And I hope to see you guys on Sunday as well. There's a lot more coming. Thank you, and I'll see you. God bless you and have a great weekend. Until that time, have a great time. This is your host, Frank Bello. See you then. God bless you.
New Media TV. Beyond the headlines. News in its purest form. If you have enjoyed this video or any of our podcasts or live streams, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe for more content like this. We make information simple. Your experience matters to us. Liberty Media Communications. Live stream with confidence. Fewness of words. Greatness of deeds. We empower people around the world to stand up for their social or ethical principles of freedom or entitlement. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video or live stream.